Welcome to Shadows in the Gears. Where we last left off, you were drifting across the sea. You met a few interesting faces and learned something. But today, you will have reached land. Across your journey, you will meet several individuals, but one will stand out amongst the rest and give you the task at hand. Will you be able to befriend his outer exterior and traverse the shadows in the gears?
Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Last where we left off, you guys were just now setting sail. With me today, I have Ari, our lovely and only female. Give me 1 second. I don't think I heard you because my... say that again. There you go. I don't know what's going on. Alrighty. We also have the lovely Captain Hammer, who just left. We'll be back. We also have the lovely Captain Hammer. We have Friedrich joining us today. We have, obviously, Kabar Veltaro here every week. And, of course, Odysseus, our newest member of the cast. So, last where we left off, you guys were setting sail away from the island of what we like to call the Island of Frogs, also known as Ribbiton. The place was riddled with dark magic and disgusting thoughts. Nesto was introduced, and he is traumatized. He had to kill his wife, but he saved his son in the process. So you can't be too upset about that. But yeah, as you guys set sail, you are free to roam the ship. You see as one of the crewmates just looks over at you, chuckles, and then walks down to the lower half of the ship. They are scattered about. Also, I can't hear you still. No. Maybe the voice sensitivity is too high again. Yes. Sorry. Anyways, everyone is kind of scattered about the ship right now. Nesto is currently on the top half of the ship, helping steer. Oh yeah, you weren't here for that. I'll figure it out. Um, there is also a what looks to be someone who's not typically a sailor. He is sitting on a barrel that has been tipped over and turned into a bench right outside the captain's quarters. He just stares off into the distance. He's got darker reddish hair and he's just looks down. Where is everybody else on the ship, by the way? That's fair. That's fair. Odysseus, where are you at this moment? Fair enough. Friedrich, as you walk up on this man, he looks up at you, his eyes bloodshot red, and he looks back down at his feet. Without looking up, he just goes, "You wouldn't get it." He he gives a slight chuckle. I guess someone finally wants to hear the story. He still not lifting up his head, and he goes, "It was 6 years ago. We had thought that the creature had passed. This cannibalistic being. It it came in the night, and I've never been more frightened in my life." That's what we don't know. They were humanoid in looks, but dear God, my family, everything. My eyes were swiped clean. That's why they're the way they are. I can't see anything. For these 6 years, I've been searching for them. That's why I'm on this boat. I get to traverse the world at the expense of my strength, which I'm slowly losing as the day goes on. He There's a blacksmith on the bottom shelf, on the bottom of the ship. He reverts back to his cold gaze across the sailors. Um, Marlo, you hear a knock at the door on your door. Um, and it's Nesto's kid. It's very soft knock, like he's not very strong enough to really make a lot of noise. It's Danny. He's looking up at you in crutches. Dad said it'd be best if I didn't mess with him while he was steering this ship, so I'm gonna mess with you right now. His eyes light up, and you can see he's playing soldier right now. He's got like a little wooden chest plate on and a sword, like a little fake sword. He follows you with his crutches, and with every step, you can hear his little clonks of his crutches that are just made of straight wood. Um, as you are walking up the steps, you see him, the man with red eyes. It gives you chills down your spine, almost a cold feeling. It's an uncomfortable feeling. Something doesn't feel right, and you know it. Odysseus, this catches your eye. You actually notice the pause that Ari takes as she sees the man. Um, Kind of interesting to you that she did that. But Danny runs off with as fast as he can with crutches, and he pulls out his little wooden sword and he bonks you on the forehead. Roll a deception check for the anxiety mask. Hey, hey, it's hard to do that. Okay, as someone who worked with daycare children and worked as like a PE teacher, basically, if you're sad, they'll know. Yes. Um. So Odysseus, you can yeah, roll a wisdom check, like an insight check. All right, so you rolled a 21. Okay, so it's not obvious to you. They look perfectly normal. That's all they really have to say. There's not much different about it, but it does seem weird that they did take a pause. Still, the child does not understand at all what's going on and is still playing indefinitely. Um, you all are abruptly stopped in your tracks as you hear the man up in the top, Kevin, say "Land ho, land ho!" as you actually start to see the horizon of the other side of the world. Many of you have not seen this before. This actually, the land ho actually gets brought all the way down to the bottom of the ship, so you can hear it from everywhere. You do yourself a good one there, lad. Come back if you need any more fixes. As you walk up to the top of the deck, you see it. The land is just slowly getting closer. It takes a while, but you all get there. And I think it's been a long time coming for me to say this, but you guys leveled up. I can't hear you. It's the luck of the dice. If you guys don't want to level up now, you can do so after. Yes. So while all this is going on, the sailors are hard at work. They're making sure that everything is put together correctly and that you're getting into the to the dock as quick as possible without doing too much disruption to your day-to-day life. Um, Eventually, they do get into the dock, and it seems as Captain Codwell is keeping to his quarters for some reason. So you are all free to walk off and actually, for the first time, see where we are, so I can get you guys a good reading here. Mm-hmm. Um, this took about a week and a half. What's up? He, for some reason, every time he comes back, he does not have those same levels. Mm-hmm. So the city that you guys are in is called Silvercrest. It is a bustling oceanside city. It is beautiful in nature, and as the name suggests, a lot of the buildings that you see are silver in color. It is a beautiful city, and you can actually see that they have a palace that is completely made of silver, like sterling silver. I will get you guys a photo of Silvercrest right here.
To replace that weird bronze chunk of my chest, it doesn't fit the rest of my silver body. Oh my god!
Wait, when'd
Now
you get the
whose house am I
bronze
gonna steal?
chunk? Wait, where'd this bronze chunk come from?
Then I would
Um,
survive.
It was a sword.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Oh,
So
okay.
that
I still
is
had a hole in my
Silvercrest.
chest from a previous campaign.
Oh, I remember that. Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
So yeah, this is Silvercrest.
Oh, huh.
It is very pretty. As you can see, it is very detailed, very walled in, but it is large.
Ooh.
You all know what you need to do. You need to find
Huh.
the tavern.
But what if I want to steal things from people?
Then you have fun doing that.
You can certainly try.
We're gonna lose him so fast.
That sounds like I don't care issue.
Get to go find a tavern that we were looking for.
It is called the Tavern of the Juneberry.
I'm gonna start looking for the tavern, take whoever's willing to go and not gonna go try to steal things from people to go look for the tavern that we're meant to
I'm
look for.
sorry, I have a hole in my chest that looks ugly, and I need it to be silver and pretty and matching.
painted or
Fair.
something.
You look around, and there's actually a lot of like law enforcement there.
Oop.
Like
Never
like an
mind.
alarming amount of law enforcement.
Never mind, I'm okay.
I'll steal
c-
things when you guys are next to me, and I can blame it on you. Come
You're
on.
a bitch for that.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, I am.
trying to blame the 8-foot guy with a bunch of like metal armor around them of stealing something.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You actually don't really know where to look for this tavern.
Cool.
So helpful.
Um,
Yes. Yes, find the
wait.
person. Oh,
Hear
Huh?
me. Hear me out. Taverns are usually in center places, market districts. Let's find the market district first.
Pretty
That
freaking
is-
smart.
That's pretty cool. Let's go look there.
so you guys are going to find the market district up in the middle. It's called the Guild Market.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. So as you guys are going out and discovering the Guild Market, you start to see as you're walking through the night is over the area. It is very 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 pretty at night. The street lamps are all blue flame, and every so often the blue flame can flicker into a green. It's extremely pretty. There are druids everywhere. There are also lots of paladins, and specifically paladins of the nature. There are also fighters and monks amongst them, but typically you just see druids and paladins. This place seems to be that of a naturistic feel. It gives off
Oh
of
my
a sense
God.
of hope.
Witch lady, can I buy some of the gems from that market, please? Please, I don't have any money.
are you asking
Yeah.
me?
Yes, I don't know any of your names.
That's crazy.
That's
You could-
crazy, but so fair.
I know you as big guy, shark guy, Greek dude, and witch lady.
You could, I don't know, ask.
He's not gonna remember.
He might not be that smart.
I thought
No, I
you
think he's just not. He doesn't care enough. He just doesn't. He's not gonna remember it.
could-
I mean, I can jog my memory a little bit, but keep in mind, my memory is completely artificial. The more I learn, the more I forget.
not hard of
Yeah, and
him.
as well as we don't know how old this guy may be, so
Fair
he
enough.
probably have heard thousands of names.
3 letters. Is it that hard?
He will forget it.
It's harder than you would think.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't care. I don't.
Ari. I'll put that in my database. I just gotta forget about some old mortals forever ago. Some fleshies.
Like I said, we don't know how old
Friedrich-
this guy may be.
Friedrich, as you say, you have to forget a bunch of old mortals. Immediately in your brain, you forgot an old paladin that used to exist. You forgot a tiefling that used to exist. And you forgot the fact that at some point you were a spaceship.
No!
He was a spaceship?
That was my
Yeah.
favorite memory!
Wait, but you forgot about us, Holly.
Because you memorized my name.
Yeah, that's
3
crazy.
letters, 3 memories.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah, as an explanation, for a short while, Friedrich was canonically a spaceship.
Yeah.
Huh.
A very
That's
Jason
funny.
spaceship.
That sounds more accurate.
Yeah. This is way more accurate than just a regular spaceship.
Alright, well, I recognize your name now, pal. Come on, witch lady. Ari,
Yeah.
I think.
yes, that.
Still said it.
Alrighty, so with that information finally in your brain, we move forward. You guys finally make it to the guild market, and honestly, the tavern is kind of hidden in the corner, but it's very visible.
But it's there.
Yes, it is there.
Come on,
Okay.
humies.
Well,
on,
let's put a
fleshies.
bar.
Let's go to get you drunk.
You keep saying fleshies.
Don't question him.
I'm going.
It's just out of habit.
So as you
Why I
walk
say
in,
that.
you see it's bustling. There's a lot of people there. Each different table is set with about 4 or 5 people. Always different races, different ages. They look very diverse. And it is really almost a little too loud for some people. But
Well, I'm gonna
You-
head to the
you-
bartender, go question him, see what he knows.
you walk up to the bartender, and the bartender is quiet but can be heard. He's very stern. He just looks. Oi, what can I do for you?
We were sent here by the Vanguard to search for some incidents or anything that's maybe happening in this current section of the world.
He starts shining his glass. Vanguard, eh? Heard things about them. They're righteous fellas, ain't they? He he looks around. He goes, "I'm no of use here, but might want to check the gentleman who's sitting over there in the corner by himself. Dark-haired fellow."
Friedrich takes off his helmet and walks over to the man.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go with Friedrich to make sure he doesn't do anything dumb.
The
Knife face.
Gonna fall.
the dark-haired man is drinking a lot and looks like this.
Huh?
That is very interesting face.
He looks up and he goes,
Please,
Who-
please, can I disfigure him, witch lady?
"Who are you lot?"
No.
Wrong voice. Sorry. Now who are you?
We were sent by the Vanguard here to search for any incidents, anything maybe happening in this town. We talked to the bartender and he told us to check you out for some reason.
The Vanguard, huh? Well then. Hello there. I'm Roland. Once great adventurer. A party of 6. Now a lone wolf who sits by himself idly by. Please sit down while I regale you the tales.
Can I just deactivate? I don't want to hear a speech.
Oh.
Damn.
I
You know,
sit
you
down in a chair nearby until I'm down.
Frederick, go back to the bunter to see if you can get anything else out of him. I'm gonna try to squeeze into the chair.
I just stand.
The
Sit
chair
down.
is just large enough.
Same.
Yippee, it's big enough.
I'm just gonna squick some rum.
So he smashes his mug down, which oddly looks like a barrel. He looks up and he goes, "My name, fully, is Roland Nightshade. I am the heir to the Elven Kingdom throne, or was. Once in a time. Banished henceforth." You start to get a good look at him, and he has longer dark hair. It's often tied back, and it showcases his pointed ears. He has piercing green eyes with a hint of mischievous. He wears a combination of dark leather armor and a hooded cloak that helps him blend into shadows. He has a
I love how you
small
keep cutting
tattoo.
out every
Yeah.
few seconds.
Okay. Let me get a little louder then. He has a small tattoo of a small dagger on his right wrist, symbolizing his connection to the underworld. He speaks quietly but fully to you. I was born into a wealthy and noble commoner, leading to an upbringing filled with privilege. My mother passed away, and, well, we were tossed to the streets by our father. Using nothing but my stealth and charm, me and my sister graciously survived the rest.
This sounds familiar for some reason.
I hate it here.
This,
I
this
hate
sounds
it here so
this
much.
sound this sounds oddly familiar.
Me and my sister, we started our journey. She was always so strong-headed, but we managed. We made our way here to Silvercrest. Me and my sister Elowyn Star Whisper. She was eccentric, with unpredictable magic. She was truly something. Along our travels in Silvercrest, we met a human. At least so we thought. Turned out to be a gnome. In stilts.
Wait, huh? Hold on. How would you mistake him for a human if he was? Wait, did he like wear a big ass coat or something?
He was in stilts.
You know what? Fair enough. But still.
He was something else. His name was Finian Shadowsong. He was an entertainer of such as...
Oh my god.
I'm gonna kill myself.
But he was... Well, how can I put this? Promiscuous as such.
Oh my god.
We also had another that we had met along our travels. His name was Garrick Stoneheart.
Oh my.
Elias.
Is this a pre?
Here was a dunce individual. He was a dragonborn.
Oh, a dragonborn.
An outlander of such as he was fierce, courageous, wielded a great axe. And alongside him was Thalia, a soldier.
Where?
She wielded massive power, tactical prowess on the battlefield. Very dark.
Are we gonna kill this guy?
Shut
Yeah.
the fuck.
No.
She carried a lot of heavy burden on herself. But through a deep understanding of friendship, I guess you could say, she warmed up to us.
What, were you in love with her?
And then there was
Probably.
Cassandra Ironbark. And then he looks off into the distance. She was something entirely different.
Oh my god, this fleshy had feelings.
Shut up.
She was wise, nurturing. She had a strong connection to the things around her. Where she was from, she was known for her herbal remedies, but what we knew her for was just being there for us. You can see him, he starts to form a tear in his eye. And he looks up. I'm what stands alone. I'm the last one alive. He looks up kind of towards the top of the bar, and you can see there's a painting of 6 individuals. I've left one out. Reggie Windrider, a living legend, and ex-king of Frenwell. He was amazing. Sadly, he went missing during our travels, and we never saw him again. He had dark magic within him. Surprisingly, he never really wanted to travel during the day, which was really odd to us, but it didn't seem right. The day he left was the day he dropped something that I will never forget. That day, he killed Elowin Starwhisper, my sister. And from that day forward, I vowed to find him and murder him. He then leans in and he goes, some people call him Sir Leonius of Frenwell.
If you wouldn't travel during daytime, couldn't you have taken a guess that he might have not been what he seemed to be?
As someone who takes stealth very seriously, traveling in the nighttime is something I do quite often, so I didn't take too much of a difference out of it.
Did he like completely not travel in daytime, or have you seen him like out?
We
in
traveled
daytime?
through daytime every so often, but he made sure to keep in the shadows.
That's a bit
Pale
suspicious.
skin, sharp teeth, red eyes, long hair, kind of commanding voice, able to make things float.
Back then, he was short-haired. An inventor of sorts.
Guys, hear me out.
What?
He might be that really weird old guy that made me fly.
I'm gonna assume that he is the really weird old guy that made you fly.
Yes, he could be
He
the same. But
he continues to speak. He created a dark magic that was able to power awful weapons. A sword that, when sliced through someone, could leach onto their soul.
Oh my fuck.
that sounds odd. Again, that sounds oddly a little familiar, but continue.
I should probably put my helmet back on before someone sees a horrifying bundle of knives.
Yeah, you
I
probably
don't
want to
think I don't think you want to make a kid cry again.
One of the things that
Again?
he created that was beyond belief was a weapon of mass destruction that you could wield in your hand.
Now I'm interested.
He called it his boombox.
That's a questionable name, but alright, I'm not gonna judge.
Can't do this anymore.
It's a very interesting name for a weapon.
I have remnants of the weapon. Can't figure out how to put it together.
Can I take a look? I might be able to see if I recognize it.
He pulls out a bag, lays it on the table. He goes, there it is. And it's just a bunch of parts of wood, ears, and just different pieces of metal.
We might be able to see any of the pieces can go into each other, or we might just like looking at a bunch of random pieces.
Metal? I made a metal. I love metal. Let me take a look at it.
Frederick, no, don't grab it.
It's not
It's gonna fuse into you. No.
He
Gonna fuse
That's not
into
how
you.
that works. It needs
Yes,
to
it
be
does.
It needs to be welded into me.
Fair enough, but still.
you look at it and it is just a bunch of pieces. You don't really know how it works or how it functions, but it does look otherworldly. There's a black residual, like dust on a few pieces of the pieces, but like other than that, you have no idea what you're looking at.
That's lovely.
Probably alien. Alien in nature. Alien tech are so weird.
Or it could just be something made by somebody smarter, I would imagine. Something that we don't know.
Smarter? Ah, why I would never insult you like that.
What?
He then bags up the pieces and he puts it in his pocket. You started to notice that he carries a lot of weapons on him. There's a bow on his back, daggers to his side, a very beautiful sword on his left.
How
And he
often does
carries
uses...
Thalia's battle axe.
No, okay, never mind. I better wife.
I'll give you my arm for the sword.
That's
Frederick,
crazy.
you can't pay somebody to give him to give you their weapon.
I would rather die than give up Finian's sword.
Yeah, no, it's his companion's weapons. That's where he carries them.
Damn it.
Yeah,
then-
you're not gonna.
He then stands up Follow me. I can give you directions to where you need to go. Anyone who
Alright.
helps the other folk on the other side. Always a friend in my book.
Get up from the from the chair that I barely squeezed into and follow him.
I also follow behind.
You notice that he
Okay.
is wearing a cloak of some kind. This cloak is it goes over his head as he flips it over, and he vanishes for a short second, and then you see him at the front door as he takes the hood off.
Oh my god, it's. I think I recognize what the cloak is, but whatever.
Quickly now,
Mm,
trust me,
Sorry, we can't teleport.
trust me.
yeah.
You'll need to keep up.
I
Okay,
bolt
well,
over as quick as possible with this little metal body of mine.
He
I'll
As in-
follow.
he actually looks at Ari as she says that you guys can't teleport, and he goes, he puts his hood on, and he just touches her shoulder. Goes, I can't either, my love.
Huh?
He takes the hood off, and he goes, I'm just that fast.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wait, oh my fucking god. Hmm.
Oh wait, no. Now I know what it is. I thought it was something else. Never mind. Now I get it.
Y'all have never seen Ari flustered.
Can
Okay.
I
So-
hate my life more?
Ari,
I
this man is 6'4".
Oh God. Like,
don't know. Damn.
You
Alright,
know,
well, as
I
I'm-
changed my mind about you, you weird looking fleshy. I like you.
That's crazy.
Okay, well, as I'm walking over to the guy, I'm gonna
Ari,
check on
your
on my
mic cut
shoulder.
out so bad.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to help by saying it's broken.
It really is.
No.
No.
I blame Ren because he's so loud. That's the only reason.
Damn.
And hoops and leaps.
So
Huh?
Sorry about
Okay.
so Roland, he takes his hand off of Ari's shoulder and he goes, quickly now. I think it's time that I take you all to where you need to truly be.
Okay, well, as we follow him, I'm gonna check on the kid on my shoulder, see how they're doing.
Oh my god.
Get on your shoulders, playing with your armor.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Like the pieces in your armor kind of move slightly, and they're just like moving them slightly, and you hear
Yeah,
the little
that's
clinks next to your head.
Yeah, yes. No, it's not, it shouldn't fall off. It's under pretty tight.
Yes, bring a child on an adventure where they could get
Wow,
killed
the-
again.
Hey, should I left her on the ship?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes,
I
a
don't
thousand
believe-
times. Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't trust the guys on there.
Times have shown.
You
Times.
almost
Listen,
let
what
them
else are we gonna
die
use as
to
bait?
the
Man,
black
my many,
to
many
a
lives that I
fucking
can barely forget
red
have
magic
shown time
bitch.
and time
What do you
again.
mean?
Fleshy children are very, very, very vulnerable.
Yeah.
that too.
They make the perfect bait. Just throw it towards any creature. It'll fry.
You know what?
and
That's
destroy
so
all
fair.
All you have to
enemies.
do is like squish them, and then they just turn into mush.
The child is audibly frightened. Like you can see them whimpering.
Yeah.
Children are like noise grenades. You pinch them and throw them at enemies. They'll attract everything.
God, no, Flick, no. That's not. No.
I like the
Yeah.
shark
I don't know
fleshy.
why, but you're like,
there's
I
other
can't
ways
hear
to
you.
distract people.
I don't know what to do at this point.
I don't really know because it seems like you're cutting out when you're louder.
I just work here. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, kinda.
Okay. I'm just a girl.
You know, is there any like armor shops or anything nearby, so I'm able to give the kid a bit more defense?
Go shopping right
Armor
now.
shops. Oh
I
my
just
god,
need-
I need
I
a new
just
chest
need-
plate.
Yeah, no, I just okay. You know,
Just
In the mean-
purchase a steel sarcophagus that you can put on your back.
I
So
No.
there
no,
are
no.
shops nearby. This
Yeah.
is the market district, the guild market. However, there are a lot of shady figures here.
I'd like to walk up to the nearest shady figure and ask for a silver chest plate.
Oh,
Okay.
gosh.
The
Who
nearest
took
shady
out-
figure is sitting in an alleyway. He's wearing a
God.
trench coat and he's just Hey there, bud.
God.
Hi.
Creepy looking guy. Can I buy a silver chest plate from you?
I got crystals, buddy. You want a crystal? I got crystals.
Ah,
He's
is it
like,
drugs?
"Hold on." I think
Um,
it's just crystals.
you look and they are little vials of dust.
Oh God.
Blue dust to be in fact. But they're very shiny blue dust.
Damn it.
I'll take one.
You spice?
That'll be a
He's
platinum,
nice.
boy.
Wait.
You
Wait.
spice?
Platinum?
wait,
No.
wait.
I just punched the guy.
No, why?
Does anybody stop him?
You know. Mm,
I'll fucking close down my sound pad. Fuck me.
yeah, you
I'm gonna,
should. Okay, you know
I'm
what?
gonna toss the vagrant into the nearest bin.
Okay, I guess.
There
You know, at this
Friedrich
point,
punched somebody or is trying to punch somebody in the face.
Oh, there's somebody. Oh, God bless. Hold on.
Let
It's a
him be.
drug dealer.
Hobson.
it is a drug dealer, so
Drug dealer. Let's go.
You should
Okay.
have him roll for the hit, and then I'll roll for slam dunking it into the trash can.
Oh.
Let me hit him. Let me hit him.
No.
He's asking for a platinum for one vial of drugs.
Let's go.
Rip off.
Out of the way.
The
Back.
ripoff is wild.
I don't know if platinums have different value here, but
So, do you go through with it?
yes.
You're pushing him away. No, wait. Hold on. Pause. Jesus Christ. I will.
I will roll for it.
Spice,
I
spice,
rolled
spice.
18. Good luck. Good luck stopping me.
Hold on. Would I have
That
to roll?
is actually crazy.
I rolled a 17. I want to throw the vagrant to the nearest dumpster
No.
bin to hide him.
I can't stop him. Oh, I stop Frederick. I rolled a natural 7 for a 5.
you know what? While they're doing that, I'm gonna look around to make sure there's no one like watching this happen.
I would have
There's
punched him
gonna
in the
be
face
people.
and steal
We're in
all
an
his
open
drugs.
town.
I know, but they went to an alleyway, so may as well see that there's
Listen,
no law
listen.
enforcement.
You dare sell drugs in front of the Vanguard?
So,
Stay out of this. Fist fight. I want a fist
um,
fight.
um,
This is gonna be lovely.
you try to hit this man,
Oh god.
and Roland,
Oh.
about as fast as you've ever seen anyone, runs in front of you, grabs your hand, and starts bending it backwards.
Damn.
Beautiful joint. My beautiful shiny joint.
Yeah, I know. I was. I
He
was
then
expecting
takes
something
the
like-
sword that is on his hip, or one of his daggers more like, and presses it up against your chin and goes, "You have 5 seconds to let go and move on."
Oh man, really? You're stopping me? He's dealing drugs. And he's ripping us off.
This man has a long history. He's seen too countless many things. Let him go.
Fleshies are so sentimental. Alright, fine.
He
It's
lets
like
go
that.
and your hand is permanently bent backwards because he wasn't bending at the joint, he was bending at your forearm.
Oh.
Huh.
Can I
That's-
just take off the hand and throw it away?
If you really want
I
to.
would- I
Sure.
think that's a good idea.
It was your left hand, so you don't have to worry too much.
Ari, who is right there about to stop Friedrich, is just watching this unfold before her and is
Yeah.
shamelessly staring.
Come
I
on.
You
would
s-
just look at Friedrich
Arya, as you're
disappointed.
watching, you actually see that there was a yellowish glow that kind of went across his eyes and then went back to normal as his green eyes.
Yellowish glow. What?
Like a glare, like just a...
I can fix him.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that-
These fleshies are so weird.
Stop calling us she's Friedrich. Let's go.
it's his way of being racist.
He,
Yeah.
Roland continues forward, and he stops at a site, a grave site. Give me one moment. It's been 10 years as of today. He kneels down at Cassandra Ironbark's grave. A large, large statue of a beautiful woman, donned in a beautiful druid-like clothing. She has a she has a lizard on her arm, and that was her pet back then.
Well, I may not know them, but I must still pay my respects and join him.
Roland looks over at you and goes, "Thank you. Not many people would sit down with an old man like me."
He's old.
Oldish, like middle-aged, really. But he thinks he's old.
I can.
He's like
Yeah,
maybe
no.
46, 47.
How old is Ari again? Oh, yeah. You could be your dad.
Looking at ways to make them looking at ways to make them date.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
He gets up and you see him pull a flower, a singular flower out from his cloak, and he places it down on her grave.
Flower in his clothes. Oh.
He then caresses the gravestone that has her name on it, and he goes, "Till we meet again, my shadow lily."
Is that the
Yay.
Fleshy's flesh bag sister?
No.
Huh.
the cat. Jesus.
He just kind of glares back at you and continues moving forward.
What is with
Fair.
all these fleshies, man?
You
You not like the
haven't.
term fleshy?
No, and as well as there's this funny thing called have emotions, which is something apparently you don't have. Very apparent because you're damn Robin, so.
Well, yeah, I'm made of knives. What do you want from me? It's not like I have much in me that
Yes.
would give me emotion.
Yeah, but sometimes holding your words is a good thing before, or at least thinking before you say something.
I don't think he
Mm.
knows how to think, if I'm being quite honest.
Probably doesn't. I don't know why I have any expectations from him.
So,
I know how to
you guys make it to
think.
your destination as Roland stops. This is a hideout. He walks in and the door swings open slowly. Make yourselves at home. And, there's one room that's been untouched for years.
Is there a way I can get a new hand here?
There's probably some metal around. We can probably make a blade hand or something.
There is just a whole thing of silver on a shelf somewhere.
Just
Oh
hold
my
shut.
god. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I'm running to it immediately.
You see on each door of in a hallway, it has their names kind of etched into the doors, and one of them says Reggie Windrider. Start looking there. Been untouched for many, many years.
Why?
That's the man that killed me. Or so he thought.
Mm.
He's the one that's drifting into the night.
The creepy guy that made me fly?
He
It's a
doesn't
possibility.
really know
Could
what
be.
you're talking about, so
Yeah, it could be him. I might go to the room and see if I can find any information or any info that might be needed.
make an investigation
Red.
check.
Investigation. Give me a second. Let me find it.
Do I need to roll to be able to fashion a new hand and fix my chest up, or is that just
I
something I can do?
rolled a 21.
Oh, that's just something you can do. You rolled a 21, so you look around and you can vividly see that there's a workbench in his room.
Okay.
The workbench has this magical artifact with these things coming out of it, like wires almost, attached to a vat. And inside the vat is black powder.
I haven't seen this anywhere.
as
What are you doing, big fleshy?
as you look around more, you see a cloak that looks eerily familiar.
Yeah.
You look at it and it's a black cloak with gold trim. It is unmistakable. It's his. Sir Leonis of Frenwell. Roland is sitting at the door with his arm leaned up against the door frame. That was his, you know, all those years ago. Now, I'd like to wager that that man is probably the one that tried to murder me all those years ago. Question is he dumb enough to come here? And if he is, does he really want his stuff that badly? Oh yes, his science project. You know, he's been working on that for years. Yes, trying to take magical artifacts and see if you can make them work for you. Well, I never rightly know. But what I do know, that if he ever does come back, I'm going to gut him like he gutted my shy lily. My shadow lily. She was so... Anyways. Sorry. He, you can see he wipes his face. The only thing you recognize is that the door window, or the window to the outside world is actually open. And while everything else looks dusty, the windowsill itself looks like there are handprints on it. As you say that, the windowsill shuts on you. And then you hear this deep, deep voice just ringing. It's uncomfortable. It's a genuinely uncomfortable experience to hear somebody in your head. But when that person in your head is right next to you, it's something entirely different. Roland! Good friend. Oh, it's been far too long. You hear a click. Like a flintlock click. The door closes and Roland is stunned to see Reggie Windrider standing there in the flesh. He's got his gun pointed directly at Roland's head. By the way, everyone can hear this. It is these are thin walls. So, got to ask, Roland, what made you think that you could finally run away from me after all these years? Did you seriously think that I wouldn't finish the job after I killed your beloved? After I killed your sister? After Thalia killed herself trying to save me? after Garrick Stoneheart decided that it would be better off if he'd jump into the mouth of a dragon, saving us all. What makes you think you get to live longer than the rest of us? Roland looks genuinely surprised. Just wait, what do you mean, all of us? You're standing here. You're alive. He gets closer and his eyes are bright red, staring down at him as Roland kind of slumps underneath him. And then Reggie Windrider grabs him by the throat and starts lifting him. Look what you did to me. I've been alive in this state for so long. You thought our first adventure was that of a plaything. Something that you could just throw away. Something that you could just tell your children as soon as you had them. But no. It had long-lasting effects, and you didn't know it. He drops Roland. He slams the door open from his room and walks out into the hallway. You all think that these adventures are just something to be played with. As he's walking down the hallway, he's ranting to himself and everybody around him, pushing past Ari. You all think that this is some kind of game, some elaborate ruse for you to get gold, but no, it's different. It's life or death. It's the end of the world you're talking about here. And yes, I was the ex-king of Frenwell, and yes, I do live in the night. He looks up at all of you who are now... You can all now visibly see him. He points his gun at his own head. If I can't be with her, I don't want to see you ever again. You remind me too much of her. He looks up, and without saying anything, you hear a click of the flintlock. Elowen, I'm coming. And he fires. His head, you see it up against the wall. He slumps over. So, you try to take his flintlock. His loosened grip hardens, and he sits up and he goes, and here I thought silver bullets would do the trick. He stares you down. And he just floats upwards. Reggie Windrider is no more. I am Sir Leonius, like my father before me. The new heir to Frenwell. And rightful ruler of the realm. Roland tries to run after him as fast as he can, and Sir Leonius disappears into the night. Roland grasps at air and slumps down. He goes, "He killed her. He killed my sister. It's his fault." He Roland looks up and he goes, "At this point, I don't care. Take what you want." Grab the cloak. Friedrich, this glowing piece is calling to you, and you don't know why. It sits there with wires attached to it into a vat. Friedrich, did you grab it first? So Friedrich grabs it first. And Friedrich, for the first time in your entire existence, you feel. And it hurts. Friedrich, for the first time, you feel absolutely terrified. You've understood the grasp of the situation, the end of the world, and the people that are around you. For the first time, you understand this. It's not just the end of a lifetime for you. It's the end of an existence for billions. You still have that personality, but it seems almost selfish. Friedrich, you look around, and for the first time in your life, in your entire existence, you see friends. Friends. It's a thing that people have talked to you about several times over and over. You never truly understood what it meant. You never really grasped the idea of having friends. Until now. Friedrich, this whole emotion thing is really getting to you. It's just genuinely confusing. So while he passes out, basically, um, Ari, there is a. There's no other way to describe it. A staff that is calling to you. A staff. You don't see the staff, but you hear it. It just quietly. Ari. Ari. You have no idea who this voice is. Down the hallway. As you continue following the voice, you hear it get louder. Ari. Ari. And eventually it stops. And you look to your left and there's an open door. It is a beautiful room. What used to be once a loving, beautiful garden now is a wilted mess. Flowers that used to bloom are now gray and dead. And what stands in the middle is a staff. As you grab the staff, everything reverberates back to life. What once was a staff that was a glowing red is now a glowing blue color, and it is beautiful, and it feels warm and loving. It's a feeling that you personally can't. It's like almost like a drug. It feels amazing. It's true love. Genuine love, like a mother. Say again so they can hear you. Roll a magic, an arcane check. Roll an arcane check. So you look at this staff, and it's plain to see. This is a staff of nature. When you wield this staff, you gain the ability to control the elements. You have control fire, create water, move rock, and gust of wind. All simple cantrips, but can be used in great lengths. Once per long rest, you can use one of those elements as a level 9 spell. Roland walks up behind you, hand on your shoulder, and goes, I see you found it. It's been calling out for months now. Couldn't tell you to who, but apparently it was calling out to you. I guess since you got close enough, you could hear it. He just sits there in silence. You see tears start to form. It was. He grasps her hands, and you see a flash of what she used to look like. Beautiful, long, flowing hair. She wore a crown that was made of twigs, flowers, encrusted on her armor pieces. Beautiful as nature. Blue eyes. She smiled ear to ear at every moment she got. You're seeing it through the eyes of Roland as someone who saw the woman he loved. And then the vision goes away. She was. And at that moment, Odysseus, you see this sword hanging up on the mantle. It calls to you, but in a different tone. Trust me. Feel the handle within. How do you react? Okay, you're good. Odysseus, you see a sword above on a mantle. And in a deep tone, you hear it speak to you alone. Grasp the handle. Feel the power. Nope. You can also just choose not to grab it. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, go ahead. You grab the blade, and you grab the blade, and it does cut into your hand. You take 3 points of damage, and alongside that, you feel weaker. The blade itself inhales your blood. It startles you, genuinely. Captain Hammer, this actually catches your attention. You see this beautiful blade. It looks gorgeous. Captain Hammer, as you pick up this sword, you grasp it in the hilt, and it's beautiful, and it feels good, and you feel strong holding it. And in your head, you hear it go, "Feed me." Bite it in half. So you can try. You will be rolling on disadvantage twice. So roll once and then roll 2 more times. Take the lowest one of all 3 of them. Well, you try to bite into it. The the blade clangs in your teeth, gritting and gross, and you take an exhaustion point. You'll be rolling on disadvantage till you can get some needed rest. You gained exhaustion. You'll be rolling for disadvantage until you gain some needed rest. Yeah, you can totally do that. Friedrich, you take this handle, and there's this enigmatic feeling in you. It says it wants to says you want to feed it, but you fight that feeling. That feeling of hatred. Roland looks up and he goes, he points at you. You tamed it. Stonehawk tried to do that years ago. And with that, as that all happens, he goes, I think it's time we take a good rest. And with that, we'll be leaving it here. Alrighty, folks, so we will be ending the stream. Let me get there real quick. Alright, guys, I want to personally thank you for coming to us for the latest episode of Shadow in the Gears. Join us next time, next Sunday. We will be heavily involved in battle next week. But here is where the fun begins. It is different. It is beautiful. The battles that you will have in these next few weeks will determine what your characters will become. You need to learn to work together, or these battles will be difficult. And with that, I will end the stream. Thank you guys for joining us.